Hey guys, welcome back to this video. In our last video, I demonstrated how to install LAMP stack on Ubuntu 24.04 LTS, and I also promised that I'm gonna do a follow-up video on how to install Let's Encrypt SSL certificate. So here we are back on our terminal. Now let's head over to our browser and see what we have. So in the last step, we configured a virtual host file, and this is what we ended up having. So this was the last point in our previous video, and let me just refresh. So we have, this is our domain, crazytechgeek.info, and what you see here is the content of our virtual host file. So as you can see in the URL bar, we do not have any SSL certificate, and currently as it is, our web server is not secure. So our goal in this video is to encrypt our web server using SSL, and we are going to use Let's Encrypt SSL. All right, so Let's Encrypt SSL certificate is a free and automated SSL certificate that is provided by Let's Encrypt Certificate Authority, and this lets you secure your website by encrypting data that is sent to and fro from a web browser. Now, Let's Encrypt certificates are only valid for 90 days. Thankfully, it comes with an auto-renew feature that ensures that your website will not be left without the HTTPS protocol. Now, let's get started. So the first step is to install Certbot, and this will help you to, or rather this automates the installation of Let's Encrypt certificate. So there are two ways that you can install Certbot. You can install it via snap by running the command sudo snap install Certbot with a double hyphen, then classic flag like this, okay? But personally, I don't prefer using snaps because of their large memory footprint and that they occupy a large disk space. So I'm going to cancel this out. So that's one way of installing Certbot. The other way you can install Certbot is from the default Ubuntu repositories. So I'm going to use the apt package manager. So I'm going to run the command sudo apt install Certbot. Then I'm going to include the Certbot plugin for Apache, since we have Apache as our web server. So in this case, we have Python 3 -certbot -apache, like that. Okay, so here I'm installing two packages. We have Certbot and the plugin for Apache. So I'm going to hit enter. Then I'm going to provide my sudo password. Okay, then to proceed, I'm going to press type Y and hit enter to install the packages. Okay, so as you can see, the installation is underway. All right, so we are done. All right, so I'm gonna clear the screen. With Certbot installed, the next step will be to obtain a certificate, and to do this, run the command sudo certbot, then --Apache. Then I'm going to supply the -d option, followed by my registered domain. In this case, crazytechgeek.info. All right, so be sure to replace this domain name with your own domain name. All right, so this will automate the installation of SSL, Let's Encrypt SSL, on your web server. So I'm gonna hit enter. So the first step, you'll be asked to provide an email address. So here I'm going to just provide a sample email address. So admin at crazytechgeek.info. So be sure to provide your corresponding email address or the email address that you usually use. Then I'm going to hit enter. All right, so here I'm going to type Y and hit enter to accept the license agreements for Let's Encrypt. So I'm going to hit enter. So here you'll be asked whether you'd like to share your email with EFF, which is a founding partner of Let's Encrypt project, so that you can periodically receive EFF news, campaigns, and marketing news. So here you can either opt to provide it or not. So for now, I'm just going to hit N for no and hit enter. Okay, so as you can see, the certificate is being requested, and just wait a few seconds as the process goes on. All right, and there we go. So as you can see, we have successfully deployed SSL, Let's Encrypt SSL on our web server. So here you can see successfully received the certificate, and here you can see the path to the certificate here. All right, and where the key is saved. Okay, so here at the end you can see deploying certificate, successfully deployed certificate for my domain. Okay, and there you go. So as you can see, we have successfully enabled HTTPS on our domain. All right. Okay, so now we need to confirm this. So we are going to head directly to our browser and reload it and see whether it's using the HTTPS protocol, which is the secure protocol version for HTTP. Before we head over to our browser, I have remembered I had my UFW firewall enabled, and therefore I need to allow port 443, which is associated with HTTPS, across the firewall. So to do so, I'm just going to open that port. So I'm going to run the command sudo ufw allow 443/TCP. Then I'm going to hit enter. Okay, as you can see, the rule has been added. Then I'm going to reload the firewall to effect the changes. So I'm going to run the command sudo ufw reload and hit enter. Okay, then I'm going to run the command sudo ufw status to ensure that the port has been opened. Okay, so as you can see here, we have the secure HTTPS port allowed across our firewall. All right, so now we can head over to a browser and see if the changes have been effected. So now what we're going to do, we are going to reload our web page and see whether our site is now encrypted. So I'm just gonna hit the reload button, and there we go. So as you can see now, we have a change in the URL bar. Okay, so when I click on this button here, you can see now the connection is secure. All right, now I'm gonna select this. Okay, so here you can see the certificate is valid. So I'm just gonna click on this, and this gives you the details of our certificate. Okay, so here, this is the domain name, crazytechgeek.info, and here you can see it has been issued by Let's Encrypt Authority, and this was issued on Friday, September the 6th, 2024 at 12:15 a.m. Okay, which is the time I'm making this video. And like we said, this certificate is only valid for 90 days. Okay, so it will expire on Thursday, December the 5th, 2024. Okay, but as we said earlier, it comes with an auto renewal feature that runs twice a day and also checks whether the certificate is about to expire and automatically renews the certificate. Okay, so here you can see more details about the certificate. So if you click here on details, you can see more information about the certificate. Okay, so we have successfully set up Let's Encrypt SSL on Ubuntu 22.04. This also works for 24.04 as well. All right, now you can further verify the strength of the SSL certificate by heading over to SSL Labs. Okay, so I'm going to search for SSL Labs, then I'm going to select the first option here, call this SSL Labs. So this is a site that tests for SSL certificate for your domain. Okay, so here select test your server. Okay, and here you'll be asked to provide your host name. So I'm just going to provide my domain name, which is crazytechgeek.info. Then I'm gonna click the submit button, and the site will analyze my domain and check whether it is encrypted using an SSL or TLS certificate. So this usually takes about a minute or two. So just be patient as it probes the domain name and checks for other details. And there you go, the report is complete, and as you can see, we have an overall rating of A. So The report ensures that we have deployed the SSL certificate. So as you can see, this server supports TLS 1.3. You can scroll all the way down to see more information. Okay, so this is sure proof that we have secured our domain or our web server with Let's Encrypt certificate. All right. Now that we have successfully encrypted our web server with Let's Encrypt SSL and also verified that SSL is working via the Quali SSL Labs website, I would like us now to verify that Certbot can automatically renew the certificate once it approaches that 30 days of expiration. So now Certbot comes with a systemd timer that runs twice a day and automatically renews the certificate once it approaches 30 days of expiration. And to do so, we are going to verify the timer. So I'm going to run the command sudo systemctl status. So the service is certbot.timer, like that. Hit enter. So I'm going to provide my sudo password. Okay, so as you can see, the Certbot timer is active and waiting. Okay, so as you can see now, this runs twice every day to check whether the certificate is due for expiration. All right, now we are going to test automatic renewal for the SSL certificate, and to do so we are just going to simulate the renewal using this command. So run the command sudo certbot renew. Then we're going to use the dry run option. So this is going to simulate the certificate's renewal. So I'm going to hit enter. All right, so as you can see, the simulation is ongoing. All right, and that's it. So as you can see, the simulation has succeeded. All right, and we have successfully ensured that the certificate will renew once it's within 30 days of expiration. Thank you guys for coming this far, and I appreciate your support. So please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel so that you can continue getting more content like this. So that's it guys for this video. See you in the next video.